Hey, what's up, guys? I am checking in with 45 days now of sobriety, and it's well over 2 months since I've used any nicotine. Well over 5 days since I've looked at the TikTok account or done anything on that app. So a lot of addictions that I'm replacing with healthy addictions. I'm currently driving to the beach yet again on the way to do probably a couple sets of push-ups and then go to work. So I've replaced my toxic addictions with healthy addictions, I suppose. I have been meditating this past week. I don't say this to impress you once again, but to impress upon you how sick I am and how I need all the things. I've been going to meetings every day still. There's no big secret to it, to staying sober. Everybody knows what to do. There's places for that depending how far down on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. One is to get the toxins out of our system. I had to go to one of those places, but yeah, today I'm just extremely grateful to have time to not feel like shit, This is my third cup of coffee today. Wait, am I lying? This might be a double shot of Joe. I hit the 6-ounce button on the Keurig and I zapped a second portion of caffeine into this. So, there's a mini 10th step, right? I'm doing these running checks and taking a running inventory during the day, not only of the bad, but also of the good. What's sellable, what's unused, what are my assets? So, I'm about to link everything below. I'm a big fan of all the resources below. That's where I've been. I haven't lost myself to anything but work, yoga, steps, doing a nighttime meditation every night at 11, attempting to keep the time at around 11 p.m. And then this morning, for some reason, I felt like doing a 5-minute metta meditation, which is also available on the Oak app, which I will link below. That's basically it. In days like tonight, or if I can't make it to a meeting because I was pulling up to the yoga practice as I got called into work, I will be getting on the 24-hour New Zealand Zoom meeting of my preferred fellowship. That's it. Also, what's been helping me a lot, it's been my experience, is to understand the science behind feeling these crappy emotions I've felt my whole life. Today, I pulled the 5 of Swords in reverse. For those of you familiar with tarot, it's just another tool in my arsenal. Every morning, I do a single card pull, and then I pray about it, and I ask for guidance from it. And basically, it just means that I've felt anger for so long that I've began to war it. I have worn it and began to just, rather than like a loose-fitting garment, like the saying, I have worn it like an old, tattered leather cloak that has just become a part of me. And it's also a part of the sheathing around my heart, which one of my last uploads I talked about literally standing up and opening up through the chest area and opening my heart area is a practice I have to remind myself to focus on my posture, right? Because as above, so below. So being as I'm almost halfway through the steps, perhaps I'm almost halfway through thawing out, and almost halfway into fostering self-love. I'm still in the infancy of loving myself at 40 years old. But that's why I do things like NoFap. That's why I'm doing things like avoiding sending the wrong signals to women, right? Like, I've got a lot of girlfriends, but I'm just kind of not focused on anything but myself right now, because obviously I'm very much attracted to a lot of women, but I look at it as a test. It's just like every time I go by a grocery store or I walk down an aisle and there's alcohol right there, there's Kratom in a store, or there's Delta 8 in a store. It's a mini test by my higher power, right? So when framed as a challenge, it's just like dumping the bucket of ice in my bathtub last night that I had to clean my whole bathtub out for first because I have roommates. It's not something to be down in gloom and doom over. It's when framed as a challenge, you start to gather great benefit from these things, from what formerly would cause somebody harm. Just the way your mind frames it, it becomes all good. So victory is in perception. The bottom is when you stop digging, and if you're like me, you're gonna search for a trap door in that bitch. So I just pray that you get whatever you need. You know, I've just been doing a lot of praying lately, and it's great. And focusing on the right things instead of all the wrong shit, which is like getting on the TikTok app, and God knows, I don't know why, for some reason this channel just feels safer. YouTube isn't as easy to get lost on because they're not zaps. They're not like 30-second videos and 15-second videos and then another one and then another one. And then you've gotten all these followers all of a sudden and all these comments to look at. It's just more piecemeal over here, and I'm grateful for that. And that's why I've uploaded like 3 times in the last week. Did I lie? No, 3 times to anything in the last week, and it was all to this channel. So thank you for stopping in to check on my recovery. I'm still, recovering and far from a perfect human being, but man, it gets so much better. It's so much better, and that's just been my experience. But I'm gonna focus on the important things, and I can't be driving and doing step work. So this was the one opportunity to check in with this channel, let you know. Still going strong with the NoFap, like minus the wet dream I had, like whatever it was a week ago. That was a little freebie I got, a little free release. But no desire to use nicotine, no desire to use any other thing except for caffeine. So I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But as for right now, I'm well over 5 minutes and I'm close to the beach. Use the resources down below. I'll link them as soon as I stop. All right. No one's told you today I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Do all the stuff that gets you out of your comfort zone, especially when you don't want to. Peace and love.